Hello, I'm Ninja Unicorn, Jumpin' Jeff in game, but regardless, yep, I just got back from doing all that shoveling and whatnot, and we're gonna start the VOD review. So, let's try to keep this one a little short because I did one before and it was quite long. I'm probably gonna kick this up to 2 times speed for the start. I'll be pausing and going depending on what I want to talk about as I see it, and this might go on for close to an hour. I'm gonna aim for about 30 minutes. So, yeah, let's start with the VOD review. So the first thing we're gonna look at is our team composition. So we have a very aggressive one with Wraith, Octane, and Fuse. Now, looking at this count right away, first thing that came to my head was, oh shoot, we do not have a lot of defensive legends. And so that means that if you guys plan to hold the building in the late game, it might be a lot harder because of I apologize. Might be a lot harder to hold those buildings since you don't have any deterrents, standing deterrents that will keep people away. So what do we do? What do we have with this composition? We have Wraith Portal, Octane, and a Fuse. So right away, the game plan I have for here is first Octane should be your initiator. Should can be a nice initiator slash mobility overall. Its ultimate comes up pretty fast every 60 seconds, so you can just kind of throw that thing around. But really, that's what you want to be using to kind of get around. Fuse also is going to be really good for trapping characters in houses, also just spamming grenades and carrying all those grenades to flush out the opponents. So, right, that's the initial synergy I see with this team. Also, that you guys are gonna have to be much more aggressive because you can't hold building. You guys are gonna want to build that early KP and then try to ride out placements. Get good positioning within the ring. And lastly, we look at Wraith. Wraith is actually going to be playing a more defensive role this time. Instead of using Wraith Portal to get into fights more aggressively, she's going to be more your hey, let's get out, or rotating, especially in smaller circles, or just rotating to a different building safely. So let's start the video. So first thing here, I do like that we're looking at the map and where we want to land. Now I know a lot of teams are people in ranked usually like having their specifics drops. Like before I used to be like, okay, if I was here, I'd go here. I would either go to sorry, these names are kind of throwing me off. I can't think of them off my head because they're in a different language than I do. But I would go here, repulsor, or over maybe over here. So like that's how I used to play. What I've realized and what I've come to learn was that you actually kind of want to adjust your landing based on where the enemies are going. And it's like, so what does that mean? Because the theory of going to the places you know well makes sense. Like you want to land where you're comfortable, know where everything is, and loot up fast, and good rotations. But sometimes it's better to look behind you and see where teams are going. An example I can give was last match. We were coming the opposite way, right? We are going actually pretty much straight this path, just in the opposite direction. We start, we're going, and I look behind us, and there's a predator team. Like two predator trails went this way. Now I was in a plat lobby. I was in a plat lobby at the time. I haven't played much ranked this season, um, and everyone just I noticed no one else went that way. Everyone saw the trail and they got so scared. They're like, I don't want to fight that team. I don't want to be involved. That they just went away and just didn't do anything with that. Instead, I looked behind, saw no one was going, and I simply just trailed behind. We looked at the predator team, and they started going over here. They went to artillery, and we just went over here into this area. And we got free loot. We got set up. We can serve all our shields, ammo, everything. And that's what you really want, especially in ranked, because the worst way to lose points is to lose to RNG. They get a R99 with a blue shield, and you get no shield with a P2020. You don't that doesn't feel good. No one likes that, and that's how you lose a bunch of points after you get good wins. So we want to minimize the damage and be aware of adjusting your path according to the other teams. Now it does have its downsides in the fact that you would say, well, what happens if all the paths are taken? And as a downside, they have to be ready. But most teams, especially at this elo, aren't going to do that. And really, it's about being on top of your stuff, and then maybe having to adjust that. Maybe you want to go to somewhere like in these villages instead of a named place if there is nothing available, because especially Kings Canyon has some great unnamed. I was putting my mouse over here, but we also got the this part right above containment, which over here, and we also have buildings over here. Like these are great places that if you're like all the name places are being taken, I have nowhere safe to land. Those you could also look over there, and there's big areas over here. All right, let's continue. A little heads up, I forgot to mention this. I am a controller player on PC, so I might some of my advice might not always apply, but fundamentals I can still give good advice on. So we get to over here, we get to labs. We're just looting up, and you guys had a safe drop, and I'm not sure if you guys are communicating. I don't know if it's like party chat, whatever, but guys are here. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so we have a team here inside labs. And we're just looting. So you gotta be aware of that lab scene coming out. So really, right away, you guys want to be communicating from the start where and what you're going to loot, because the faster you guys loot and and less go backtracking of, oh, get this, grab this for me, do whatever. If you guys know where you're looking, it's like, okay, I'm gonna loot in this area and go here, and I'm gonna loot in this area and go here, and I'm gonna loot over there and come over there and come to the next spot. Being able to do that will save you guys a lot of time of running back and forth of, oh, did I miss something here? Oh, I did. I missed that light mag. If anything, just ask your teammate, just get on mic, hey, can you pick up that light mag for me? Sure. Bam. Good. I like that you're managing your inventory already. That's really good. That's one of the things I usually tell players that they don't do. Let me go back for a second. I gotta slow it down. Let's look at your inventory for a second. Alright, cool. So, yep. I mean, like, yeah, you got all the ammo in the world. You got shotgun ammo, light ammo, got some grenades. Now, next thing we're gonna be looking for, I would also like just speak up about these things. I know it can be uncomfortable because especially if you're solo queuing, like, I don't like talking to my teammates. It's like they could be assholes, and there are gonna be assholes if you're solo queuing, but just speak up and be like, hey, I have no shield, I only have a phoenix, is there any shield cells you can spare, or like any whatever. And your teammates usually more likely than not are gonna be like, yeah, sure, I can drop 2 cells, whatever, right? Or if they don't do anything, oh well, just keep trying to find loot. So looking at the inventory, we have the ammo part. Now we just need to get shields, but we're not in the worst position for an early fight. Well, we're also looking for a shotgun bullet and of course a light mag. Those are gonna be shield, light mag, and bolt. If you can get those 3 things, you guys are in prime position, and that's hopefully that's when you guys can start getting fights. Let's speed this back up. So remember, this is why I talked about make sure that you get shields and have to communicate with your teammates, because you don't want to be in this position where your only healing method is a phoenix. Because if this fight goes a little longer, you are not going. You got, even with all the ammo, if you don't have the health to and shields to survive, it's not gonna be a pretty time. All right, nice, good. Oh, you guys, yeah, okay. So let me see. Let me slow that down because we got our first fight. And right away, beautiful grenades, actually. Those are really good zoning nades, if, like, especially if they're going to commit into the hallway like that. Great job. Great use of grenades. So, this is what you want to communicate with your teammate. You want to make sure that, yeah, lucky that there's grenades and everything that she's getting burned down, but make sure we don't give up that kill. Don't want to get away for some dumb reason. Hey, you feel them reviving? Beautiful. Alright, so this is going to be something that I talk about a lot with people, and the big thing with solo queue, a lot of people say, hey, my teammates suck. Like, if I look at that Fuse, he had pretty good grenades, except he's still standing there for some reason. And, on one hand, it's like, you want to say, like, oh my god, my teammate's dumb, why is he pushing? What you have to do is you have to speak up and be a leader, especially in these games. People have their own view and what they're thinking about, and you need to step up and take control of a situation. I'll give you like the example I can think of is last night I was playing with some people actually from this Discord, and at first we just did not have good synergy. We were just kind of a mess during the games, and nothing, and it wasn't going well. I took a break because I thought my sound file was broken. Whatever, I was being dumb. My headphones were completely plugged in, but came back, and the first thing I did was okay. At first I kept quiet. I wanted to see if there's any dominant personalities. I'm gonna become the dominant voice, and as soon as that happened, we you know you gotta kind of almost micromanage people in some ways. Not micromanage, but like you gotta be like, hey, I need to push up, push up. There's two down, two down, two down. I need you to push up, and then you'd be like, Fuse, go, 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 like stuff like that is gonna get them to be like, oh wait, I should be helping right now. You know, because right now you guys have complete advantage. You knocked down their lifeline, which means they're not gonna have any like weird reses that they should be able to get off. But because you guys didn't fully push and fully commit to your advantage that you guys gained off of that, you guys are now in a very weird spot. Guys end up luckily your wraith does fine, cleans up. You guys had a fight overall, but make sure that we're calling out these calls and make sure that we don't have any weird accidents happen. Right. R301, respectable. Good. That's what I wanted to also see. Okay, cool. Thanks. So, yep, okay, pinging. Got a Bale Stabilizer. Nice. Okay, cool. So, we got some health back. Yes, there we go. Nice. Bolt, beautiful. Alright, we're looking good. I would like to find a little more shields, maybe a battery or two, or another stack. But we're doing just fine. Okay, throw a jump pad, and I like to see this. I like to see this because, in general, yeah, is it the most like ultimate useful? Cannot be, being jump pad. No, but it comes up so fast. You're at 22%. You're fine. And I see a lot of Octanes will hold on to their pads till the very end, when in reality, think of it closer to Pathfinder, where mobility, a long-term mobility increase, and with a help of a sudden burst if need be. Okay, looting. Very nice. Got a blue shield. So, I would wait. Let's go back for a second. Okay, just enough games. But regardless, I would probably keep the thermite if anything, because thermites are great for breaking doors and pushing people back off those doors. You already got two big nice, awesome. Yeah, I would definitely keep the thermites normally. And yeah, there you go, awesome, good call for what you need. Got another team. Good. I like that. That was good. That was a good follow up. Did what you need to do to help support your teammate. Oh, also, wait. I'll wait till. So, first of all, I love the decision here that you made. I didn't think about it until like I continue watching the fight. That was beautiful. I love that. That was creative use of your ultimate punching. Because punching just gives you into it, gives you just straight up vertical, and getting up there instead. Beautiful use of the jump pad. I love to see stuff like that. Getting good high ground like that is a really smart play. So I can tell you generally you have your right off the bat your general knowledge and your positions from here are really good and smart. Some of the things I'm noticing is a little slowness on some of the looting, for example. Taking a little time. So maybe speeding up that looting will help make faster decisions and think more about rotations. So your in fighting game sense is actually really good. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's just you might be. Seems like we're lost sometimes in the middle of the fight, and I think that's just coming from like, oh, um I'm not sure what's happening. So you definitely should be taking that shield battery. You need that shield because you only have cells. And once you start looking at purple armor, cells are great and useful, but you know you want to definitely be more aware. It's a duality of man right there. In the middle of the fight, in the high pressure situation, you get it done right. And unfortunately, just doing cash and you're like, ah. But also, your Lodolith's looking fantastic. You got your blue bolt and all blues and an anvil for your Arthur 1. You're looking in a fantastic position right now. So, right now, what I want to see more of, and something I noticed for a lot of players, is that they're just not looking at their map enough. Really, right now, we want to start looking about, especially because you don't have any character that can surveillance. I should keep this going. With no surveillance characters like Crypto, Bloodhound, or Pathfinder to get Survey Beacon, you guys are going to be a little lost of where to rotate. And we also can look at how many assists and how many kills we have. We're at 2-2 right now. You just need 2 more points and you're full. If you guys just survive and get to the end game, you guys don't have to worry about getting positive points. You just have to get better placements. And that's going to be the important thing with this. Sorry, give me just 1 sec. I do apologize for that. It was just a quick one. Oh, we're gonna keep going, and yep. So, oh, nice. We got more enemies. And by the way, I like how you guys are playing this. Remember, I said this is gonna be an aggressive composition, and you guys are taking care of that right now. So we're just holding this position. So really, right here, you should actually be looking to move up. I think right now. I get you guys want to kind of keep your position, you don't want to give too much away. But yeah, I think going up that hill and going around and catching them and going through that corridor is going to be actually get you guys some nice KP and good third party. Now we do have to be careful of what's happening around us because the last thing we want is to go bad. And see, this is where this can get sketchy. On one hand, I do get the portal here, like a safe retreat. On the other hand, one, you guys are putting yourselves in the open. And 2, now you don't have a defensive tool in case you guys get third party knives. Yep. Oh god, that guy's flesh. You guys need to be calling that and be focusing him down if you can. So you guys are just kind of standing here, and this is what I meant. Like, so the portal really here kind of was wasted, and so you have to communicate with your team that like, hey, don't use portal here. You guys could have just gone through. You should have pinged right here. Go through here instead. This gives you access to the high ground, good cover if for some reason you guys starts losing the fight, and you don't have to waste this portal, which might be needed in the upcoming fight. Yep. So they're just getting knocked. Okay. So yeah, you guys. So right now, I would like to see more. If you're not no mic players, what I'd love to see more. Even if you're a mic player, I do it all the time. I'm some could say I overdo it, whatever. But really, it's just about getting info. Ping. Use your pings. Your pings are your best friend. And in that situation there, like let's look at this here. Loba's gonna throw her tactical to right behind where you are. See that? As soon as you see that, you guys want to be pinging. Because Loba has a very long lockdown for after she uses her teleport. Like, she cannot move fast at all for, like, a good 2 seconds. And you guys have the perfect angle on her. All you have to do is just say, like, ping, like, spam ping, enemy, take a look, and take shots at her. That'll be an easy knock, and makes this a 2v, at least a 2v3. Look at that. like instead we just kind of miss a good opportunity to catch her while she's standing still. And because you're not pinging, look, now you're in a lone 1v1 versus, and your fuse is almost dead. So it's a good thing you guys did win the fight.
And that's all of him. Good job, compadres. Recharging on my shields.
So luckily, no one went down and it was a solo. But this could have gone really badly if this was another team. You guys need to be pinging them to move as a unit onto this Loba. Because if you lose that 1v1 and there's another person that knocks out your fuse, now it's a 2v1 and your Wraith has no portal. That's like, a lot of players often have a hard time conceptualizing of, you know, yeah, the play went right. What's so bad about that? It's not about when went right all the time. It's about thinking, was this optimal? Did we need to do this? Because if you have to always have a backup plan for when things don't go perfectly, when the enemy is hitting their shots, when you are missing, when you whether a situation is good or bad, you have to have a good understanding of readiness to be able to react to those different scenarios. Some more looting. Okay. Honestly, I think this is probably this is what I keep around to. I think this makes sense. Oh, that's a fuse ult. So there was someone else here, and that's what I mean is that if that team had pushed up, they have a triple take. If it's just a solo, so this is a problem, and this is where we have to really be talking to our teammates and really be calling out, hey, don't go in on this, don't go in on this, like don't go, or at least don't go alone. I don't like jump padding into people, especially because you have Octane's pad is a very predictable path, but if you are gonna do it, you don't want to do it like this, especially into the black hole, like that. Like now, you guys are in a really bad spot here. Okay, so yep, good angle to get the res off, and now what you want? Ooh, okay. Let's see what you're gonna do with this. Let me watch first and then talk later. Okay, so in this situation, what do you do here? I'm gonna watch. Let's just speed this up because. So you guys make it out safely here, luckily, but yeah, okay. So now you guys have to give this up. And what was the play there? It was actually what you were thinking of, and this is a thing I'm noticing is that you know what you want to do, and I like that. You have a good idea, a good game sense of like what you should be doing. Now it's just executing correctly. Also, and keeping aware of your inventory and everything else, including like so now if we look, oh shoot, we're running quite low on light ammo. We might have to pick up some more. Also, we instead of just sitting there for a while, you know, unsure where to go, you guys can go up and left. You guys can go south. You guys can go south, east instead, and around that way. Because if you take it earlier, that ring isn't going to be a problem. But now that you guys are in this situation, you guys are kind of forced to take a fight where enemy teams are going to be running because of ring 2. And this is another thing that a lot of players don't think about is that, you know, a lot of players will go like, say what normally happens is players will have to run into the ring now last second, and then they get gate kept and they'll be like unlucky. No, that's not unlucky. That's just not realizing that you guys have to say screw the fight. We have high KP. We're already positive. Let's just increase that positive, and that's how you climb ranked. In pubs, yeah, push those teams, have fun, go crazy. But in ranked, you have to be way smarter about it, and you have to think, what is going to give me more points? Killing that team and potentially dying to them, or just saying screw it, get an early good rotation safely, and prepare to and get higher placement, which multiplies your already high KP for this match. That's how you have to look at it, and it's the hardest thing to do. I know it's the hardest thing to do, especially in these lobbies. Yo, no, no. You had the right call. Don't. Okay, so another thing is that sometimes you just gotta stand up. You gotta stand up and say, no, go this way. We're pinging the other way there. Because you just listen to his ping and see, like, this is what I mean. Like, he's just pinging. Like, he's not saying anything. He's just pinging. And you guys just follow. And I'm not, this is not, like, to crap on him, but, like, the point being that pings and decision making, people don't realize they're looking for a leader all the time until until you think about it. So, you had the correct call. You should be rotating out and around because we know over to your north, the north east area, I want to say, northeast, you guys know there's at least one or two teams over there, and your enemy and where I'm paused right now is already pinging that. This is a very dangerous rotation now, and the other way would have been much safer. Yep. So we gotta conserve light ammo a lot more now because we only have 80. And now we have to take this zip. Ooh, this is not a fun... I do not like taking this zip, especially in a situation like this. We make it safe, but... You know, yeah. Okay. Looking for ammo. Nice, find some light. Yep, so we got... Ooh, that's a nasty shot. So really, let's start. Now we have to be. We should not be taking pot shots anymore. And the reason is if I'm not mistaken, you should only have about 9 cells left. Now those 9 cells can get burned very easily, and you need to conserve them for these upcoming fights. This ring is gonna be very volatile with 6 teams left. You gotta make sure that you have ammo and the shields to do it, and they have snipers, which is gonna outpoke you with your setup. Nice. Got some more shields. Like, nice, fine. 15 cells. Now you can play a little more aggressive. But we obviously didn't know you had that at the time. Alright. Ultimate Summit. Nice call. Yep, and this is a really good call. And so, holding this position, it's a little weird. It's a little weird, but also good. So, we're only 4 teams left. This is where you want to start taking count of 2 things. One, let's start looking at this number up here. So 4 teams left with 10 people. So that, and we know we're a full 3-man squad. So we have 2 possibilities. It's either 3 squads, you being 1, and 2 duos, or it's 3 full teams and 1 solo. So I'm unfortunately I don't know how much this team had. I believe they're still full. But you know, if you're actually paying attention and knowing what's happening, you can make decisions of how many people are left in each team and how you can and knowing what fights you can or can't take, or should take rather. Oh, yeah, we're climbing. But this is a good position to hold. This is a little weird because if you get pushed from behind or sandwiched from behind from over here and over here, it's very chaotic because there's not much cover on this high ground to play around for both sides. Like, you can play one side, you can play the other side, but if you get shot from both, it's very, very unpleasant. So just keep that in mind. You might all have to drop to low ground, but I've played this position. It's not my favorite position to play. Yep, we see them there. Good. Pinging that. I like this wide angle. I do like this wide angle. Just be ready to take your jump pad. That's actually I like that Fusel. So the portal here, once again, you gotta be, yeah, like what does this portal serve? What does this portal really do? Nice, you got a knock here. Yeah, nice. Good, I like to see that armor swap right there. That was a great armor swap. And you guys pushed up. So now you guys, yeah, so this, let's talk about this fight. Remember when I was talking about, hey, let's know what teams we have? So, I think that was a fine push, but this is why the portal's really necessary. And you might say, well, what could I have done here? Now, the reason you need portal is to get through situations like these. So, you guys are going, you guys fight, and portal gets used. You guys can do the same thing with just jump pad. This portal What did that accomplish? That didn't accomplish anything. And now we're down in alt, and we still have yours, which is not going to do anything because we already used portal for what your jump pack can accomplish. Now you get a nice knock, but remember how we were talking about, hey, you know, how many teams are left? We only account for one. When you're going to these fights, you sometimes have to be very aware of how many are left and who's left and where they are. So we only know about one team technically, maybe two. I'm not sure, but for sure I can only account for one team. That means we don't know where to place those other teams, and if they're behind us, like they end up doing in this video, we are screwed. And we had some outs, so unpleasant outs, but they were wasted. So go, knock one, and notice that we kill a duo here. We kill a duo, and that's 3 teams left. So what does that mean for us? That means it has to be a duo over here, or if it's the trio, then we know the last team is a trio, and we have to be very aware that if we go down, we are in a bad spot, and that we should not be committing to this fight. So yep, we see 1, and that's your second one. So we go, kill him, nice. That, start getting near down. Good shield swap. So, and now, so it's like, so where did I go wrong here? Yeah, he got a sentinel. Wow, that's a shot. And, yep, now we're kind of in a bad spot. They're gonna push that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. You're like, how do I win this? And my answer is 1, you can't commit to that fight as hard as you did, because we can't place all the teams there. 2, we can't place every team in their location, meaning we don't know if we're gonna get flanked like we do in this video. 2, we need to be communicating more. We need to be saying aloud what we want to do and where to go, because really, what could you have done here? You could have, if you had portal, we could have gone and portaled across the way this open area, which you're gonna die if you try to cross, and instead get to over here. What does that do? It opened up bunker. Now this team has to be really careful, because if they come out, you know, blah blah blah, they might catch you, but now you can at least you have a much better chance than in this little corner where you're absolutely no way going to win. So, in this competition, I don't know if you guys are teamed together, but being able to adjust to that as a solo player is key, and also, be aware of your macro, be aware of your rotations, your game sense, and what you want to do is actually really good. I really liked a lot of the plays you had. Like, you had the great grenade at the beginning, you had a great, nice octane pad to get high ground. So, your in-game sense and what to do in the fight is actually really, really good. It's now just in working on the bigger picture, taking command, and thinking of, and not taking every fight you see, because it might not be the correct fight to take. Even if in theory third party equal good, you can get third party just as hard, or if 2 teams might be able to mess with you guys a lot harder than you can with them. So just being aware of that, and a lot of people might say, oh, that's you know, you're playing like a pansy, you're playing like, you know, you're playing so defensive. Well, it's ranked. I care more about RP than playing like a pansy. And 2, especially as a solo, these are people that you don't have good synergies with. You can't just run down everyone because, you know, like your teammate doesn't work off. Your teammates don't work off as well with you if you're not partied together. So, and especially with no communication, you have to play defensive. Defensive is the only way you're gonna really climb as randoms, well, as a solo player. So, yep, it's a shame we lose the game here. You guys got great points. But yeah. I think that's everything. You had a good game. I don't think this is like a game to be unproud of. Now, unfortunately, I can't give you much mechanical advice. I saw that sometimes it was a little hard for you to see stuff. Like, I don't know if you had blur on or something, but it seemed like sometimes like you were moving so fast you couldn't, like your mouse so fast you couldn't even see what was happening around you. So making sure that we're more aware of that. And yeah, just take charge. You have a good idea what you're doing. Now let's take advantage of that. All right, see ya.